Good morning, JRC. Set up my camera here. Good morning, it's Friday. And I don't know about you, I am dog tired. It reminds me actually, the whole period of like feeling just totally exhausted at the end of a day, whatever that day is for you, because it blurs the work day and the family part of the day. It kind of blurs, right? There are things that come up all the time. It reminds me of being in high school. When I was in high school, I never wanted to get my textbooks messy, so they stayed in my locker pretty much all 4 years. 4 years? 6 years? 4 years. 4 years of high school. And they came out, though, twice during the quarter. Once during midterm and once during the final. And pretty much, tests in those days, you memorized facts and places and dates. And I was short on original thought, but I could memorize all those things like that, given a night, given a 24-hour period. And so that's what I would do. And pretty much it worked for me. But at a little bit of a cost, by the way, of my sleep time. But after that, you know how you pull an all-nighter, and those of us who always had to pull all-nighters due to our study practices and habits, it's like you just felt wiped, like for a few days afterwards. And that's what this period feels like. It just feels like we're constantly pulling an all-nighter, and you're like just constantly drained. It sort of it feels to me like this is sort of like a marathon, right? We've all said this since this period started, that it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. And I know there are a lot of JRC runners who are marathoners out there. And if you're a runner at all, if you've never run a marathon, do it once in your life, because it teaches you a lot. I love the marathon. It's an amazing race, because you can't gloat or despair about what you've done the last mile. If you felt great or if you felt lousy, doesn't matter. Last mile's done. The miles ahead, mile 20, mile 26.2, which is the last mile and 200 yards that you have to run, you don't want to focus on that, because it'll do bad things to your mind. So you can only focus on the present. You don't know what the future holds. You're going to be done. You're going to get to the other side. And you can't worry about what you just did. You can only focus on putting one foot in front of the other, the here and now. And that's what we're doing right now. And I want to actually give a shout out to all the leadership, my colleagues with whom I work, not just my professional colleagues, they're doing yeoman's job, our lay leaders, and all of our members, everyone reaching out and calling other members and bringing food, and everyone just seeing how people are doing. It's tremendous. And so thank you all for being there. We couldn't do it without you, everybody. So this sort of reminds me of, we're going through the Exodus right now. We escaped from Egypt. We left Egypt, and the sea opened up for us, as the story goes, and then the chariots are coming, but then all the Egyptians armies drowned the sea, and we get to the other side and we go, boy, that was something. Now we can relax. And whoa, wait, there come the Amalekites to our encampment in the Rephidim to attack us. So instead of having sung Shirat Hayam, the song of the sea, where when the women dancing with the timber, we're rejoicing. We should have been singing Uncle John's Band by the Grateful Dead. Oh, when life looks like easy street, there is danger at your door. We should have been singing that song. And that's what life is, right? We solve one set of challenges, and then we think, okay, wow, we're in the clear, and then another set of challenges comes. That's what life is. So this song for today is after the holiday. Pesach is coming. It's called Purim, Pesach Alamano. Pesach is at hand. It's a Ladino song or Judeo-Spanish song by Flori Yagoda. She's the artist who made it famous. It's an old song, it's a folk song, but she sang it. And it says, Purim is past. All the flurry of Purim, you know how crazy it gets. Purim's done. Oh, but here comes Pesach. We need to prepare for Pesach, make the matzahs, make all the preparations, clean the house. So, right, we're always preparing for the next thing. The next challenge is always ahead. But we'll get through it. And so the matzah is being made, the grape leaves are prepared, and may Almighty God bring us great fortune. Purim lano, Pesach, Pesach alemano, las masas se están cayendo, los yabraquis se están cayendo. Aman, 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 el Dios bendito nos da mazal. Aman, 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 el Dios bendito nos da mazal. Aman, 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 el Dios bendito nos da mazal. Aman, 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 el Dios bendito nos da mazal. Chag Sameach. We have a wonderful Pesach. We'll see you actually before then. But Shabbat Shalom. May it be restful. May you find some peace and some quiet. Bye-bye.